rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not. This quote is by Kurt Cobain and it explains his outlook on life. Kurt Cobain has had a profound impact on me from a young age. His music inspired me to pick up a guitar at the age of 13 and has helped me become the musician that I am today. His voice has impacted America's youth over time, and I'm here to explain his legacy. I would describe his legacy as individualistic and anti-pop star, and how his voice has impacted America's youth. Kurt Cobain grew up in a broken home, often bouncing from one relative's home to another. As a troubled child, Kurt lacked stability and consistency in his daily life. Music became the one stable force in his life where he could escape to a place where no one would interfere. No matter how bad Cobain struggled in school, whether it was academics or trying to fit in with friends on a social level, he always remained true to himself and his individual style of music. After his first rock concert that he attended when he was young, Charles R. Cross, the author of Cobain Unseen, quotes, "The idea of punk rock gave Kurt Cobain an identity that celebrated his outcast status." Kurt never cared for anyone's opinions but his own. This was evident when he formed the grunge rock group Nirvana due to their controversial song lyrics, sarcastic interviews, and graphic album art. Even on stage, Kurt and his bandmates developed their own bizarre live shows that did not follow any previous formula for band success. Cobain was definitely true to himself as an individualist and blatantly defied all norms within the rock world. After a rise to stardom with Nirvana, Kurt became what is called the anti-pop star. Kurt Cobain did not become consumed or infatuated with fame or greed. According to Charles R. Cross, author of Cobain's Unseen, Kurt Cobain's music mission for Nirvana was to be the corruption of mainstream culture with anarchist musical ideas. Nirvana's songs often carried themes of anti-establishment and challenging authority. Cobain, after a while, could have pushed the musical direction of the band to a more commercial, pop-friendly sound, but decided to keep the rebellious, grungy punk rock sound. Rolling Stone of March 13, 1999 explains the suspicion that if what you do is accepted by a mass audience, then it must be either devoid of a content or a sellout, and you yourself the enemy you mean to destroy. Kurt often wanted to rub the press, critics, and the mass media in a wrong way with his raw and rebellious music. His actions clearly define him as the epitome of an anti-pop star. The final point of Kurt Cobain's legacy is his impact on America's youth, even today, 24 years later after his tragic suicidal death. His impact was much more than just excellent rock music. He also became a cultural and fashion icon. The idea behind his culture was to embrace art and intellect over was to embrace art and creativity over intellect. He had a very few set of simple rules that consisted of do not follow others, use your imagination, and think outside the box. Otherwise, you become a slave to society and become like everyone else. In the early 1990s, a certain fashion trend became popular that was called grunge. Grunge was flannel t-shirts, torn up jeans, old worn out Chuck Taylor shoes, and mangy hair. It became the hot look, and coincidentally, Kurt's wardrobe consisted of grunge outfits and accessories. Most of all of Cobain's his music impacted young people with its raw emotion and open expression. All teenagers at some sort of age look up to something that allows them to express their angst or deep anxiety as well as their passion. WBUR News on April 3rd, 2014 stated, "Their music made me feel young again, alive, full of possibility, and helped me understand some of my own angst." At a young age, we often go through drastic changes in our life with school, friends, family, and future plans. During that turmoil, young people will have a strong need to release tension, and Kurt's music provided that outlet for many. It's safe to say he had a profound impact on America's youth. Kurt Cobain passed away far too early, but his spirit and music lives on today. When it comes to being yourself, going against the norm, or leaving your mark on society, Kurt showed many of us the way. In conclusion, no one will quite have a legacy as legendary as Kurt Cobain.